How about that? Let's get to Congressman Jason Smith from the 8th Congressional District. Congressman, great to have you back on again. How are you?
Hey, great, Mark. It's great to be with you. You know what? President Biden clearly allows Trump to live rent-free in his head all the time. But It's not just him. It's all these Democrats. The only thing that unites them is their hatred for Donald Trump. Yet that's the expense of all Americans.
Boy, that's the truth. We're going to talk about that expense in just a minute. But as somebody who seriously considered a run at the Senate, do you think Donald Trump is going to endorse somebody in the 3 weeks we have left?
I do. I had dinner with Donald Trump just over a month ago.
Okay.
And he was asked that direct question by an individual that was also with us, and he said, "Yes, I am going to endorse in the Missouri Senate race." So, he says, "Why not get involved in every Senate race?" So I'm expecting to surprise everyone in the next couple of weeks.
Well, the last poll I read this just a few minutes ago in the Missouri Times today said there is almost 17% of people are undecided. So you got to figure a big chunk of those get swayed by that endorsement, right?
Yeah, I think that a lot of folks who do not have their mind made up already, and there's a lot of people out there, a lot of people don't have their mind made up. They will definitely appreciate the opinion of the former president, and it might help. Well, I'll put it this way. I'll say this right now, Mark. Whoever Donald Trump endorses in the state of Missouri will win the primary.
There you go. I believe that. I think you're right. Congressman Jason Smith, my guest. I love what you do up there on the Budget Committee, bringing some truth to what Nancy Pelosi and the rest have done to this country. But let's talk about this CBO report and the cost of some of these executive actions that have come out of the White House.
You know what? This president has continued to do executive order after another that's basically declared war on working class families. And I wanted to know the true cost. So I requested the Congressional Budget Office to do a score of like 15 different executive orders. It was 15 plus executive orders that I outlined. And what came back with just those 15 plus executive orders was over $532 billion. That's almost $500 billion of spending and expense by the stroke of the pen this administration's done. Whether it's they figured $300 billion for his executive order to expand the welfare programs, $34 billion to expand Obamacare, and then $85 billion for a student loan debt. And when you look at student loan debt, that just drives me nuts. As someone who has student loan debt, and I'm still paying, the fact that the federal government should swipe your plate clean, it's unacceptable. If you look at student loan debt, federal student loan debt, 87% of Americans do not have federal student loan debt. So you're only talking about 13% of Americans that do. And out of that 13%, 60% of them make more than $74,000 a year. And that's who Trump wants. I mean, that's who Biden wants to take care of. Give me a break.
Well, and these are things that we don't have any immediate control over, right? I mean, if it's an executive order, unless it's challenged in court, this is discretionary spending.
The other way that you can challenge it is by Congress.
Yes.
However, Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer control all of Congress, and they do the bidding for the president.
Wow.
But we're trying to change that in the next few months.
Well, I'm glad you're up there working on it. And, do you see what everyone else is seeing, that there's going to be a red tidal wave come November?
I'll tell you, I have been working so hard, Mark, campaigning for candidates. I helped recruit some of the best candidates across this country to fire Speaker Pelosi. I've been in 12 states in the last 9 weeks helping candidates. The red wave is coming. They are fed up with the crisis after crisis created by the one-party Democrat control of government at the White House, the House, and the Senate. They're tired of 12.2% inflation since Joe Biden took office. They're tired of gas prices being up 109% since Joe Biden took office. They're tired of real wages being down 4.2% since Joe Biden took office. And they're tired of the illegal invasion at the southern border by the stroke of the pen of Joe Biden. The Democrat one-party control We've had enough. The American people's had enough, and they're going to speak in November.
Well, I hope so. That puts you in line to chair that budget committee, doesn't it?
Well, I'm hoping to chair the Ways and Means Committee.
Oh, okay. All right.
Why just look at the Budget Committee? Ways and Means Committee is the committee that has sole jurisdiction over all revenue that comes into the United States, over all trade, over all Social Security, Medicare, and most welfare programs. Missouri has not had a chair of Ways and Means since 1860. It's time for us to have another one.
I couldn't agree more with that. A couple other issues I wanted to talk to you about that you guys recently voted on. This gun bill that they're touting as, the first major gun control legislation in 40 years, which while it didn't ban anything, in my opinion, doesn't really address any of the issues that have led to these recent shootings.
It's a joke. Let me tell you, it's illegal to kill someone.
Thank you.
It's illegal to kill someone. That is a law in the book. When you got a crazy nut job willing to kill someone, they're not going to care what Congress passes. It is a joke. It's all about the liberal agenda trying to infringe on law-abiding Second Amendment rights. It's unacceptable. That's why I was adamantly opposed to it, and every Republican should have been opposed to it.
Yeah, I would agree with that completely. Congressman Jason Smith, our guest this morning, I asked Josh Hawley this when I had him on the show last week. There's now an independent who's announced he's running for Senate in Missouri, John Wood. I actually had him on the air. He self-described himself as Liz Cheney's attorney on the J6 committee. And I can't imagine why he's there except as a spoiler. Any thoughts on that?
All I have to say is Liz Cheney is a Pelosi Republican. If he is representing her, I have great concern.
Do you know John Wood?
I do not know him, but if he is Liz Cheney's lawyer who's trying to create a mockery of January 6th, I have great concern.
Yeah. Jack Danforth is spending millions of dollars on this, and all I see it is as a recipe to get a Democrat elected back to the Senate from Missouri.
Having an independent in the race only assures that a Democrat wins the Senate race. I don't know why this is happening. I respect Senator Danforth, but this is not the right decision.
Do you, Congressman, do you expect that if and when Republicans win back the House, they take control of the J6 committee and inject a little bit of balance into it?
Let me tell you, there's no balance in January 6th committee. What the January 6th committee is all about is creating a witch hunt on Donald Trump and any Republicans. They want to distract from the real issues that's facing hard-working Americans. The price of inflation going up astronomical, just exceptionally high, gas prices, the invasion at the southern border. Real issues at hand is what Americans care about. And you know what? People care about the laws not being enforced. What about the rioting that went on in Seattle, Minneapolis, in our own area in Missouri? We need to enforce the laws. So what happened at the Capitol is no different than what happened at the federal courthouses in Washington State and Oregon. That was an attack on federal property. Why aren't they looking into that? They're only looking at January 6th is because the guy named Donald Trump.
Amen. Congressman Jason Smith, thank you so much for your time this morning. You're welcome back anytime.
Good to talk with you, Mark. Take care and stay cool.